Have you ever felt like you've lived something before, even though you can't explain it? Those sensations of déjà vu or that special connection with people and places you barely know might not just be your imagination. In many cultures, there is a belief in reincarnation, the idea that our souls live again in different bodies over time, learning and evolving with each life. Even though science has not yet confirmed reincarnation, many people have had experiences that seem to indicate their souls have lived before. Have you ever felt that you have an innate skill or knowledge you can't explain? Maybe, just maybe, it's a trace of a past life. Today we'll talk about the 9 signs that might indicate you've had previous lives. You'll be surprised by number 9. We're not just talking about hunches or intuitions but experiences that many people have shared. As we go through these signs, you might realize you've had some of these experiences. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us a like if you're interested in these topics and want to stay updated with new content. 1. Unexplained fears or phobias. Do you have a fear that seems to make no sense? Maybe water terrifies you for no apparent reason, or heights make you nervous, even though you've never had a bad experience. These fears might be traces of a past life. According to past life theory, traumas from previous lives can influence our current life. For example, if you drowned in a past life, you might have an inexplicable fear of water now. Your conscious mind may not remember, but your soul does, manifesting the trauma as fear or anxiety. These fears often don't respond to logic. Knowing that flying is safe doesn't reduce your fear of airplanes. This is because the fear comes from past life experiences. Recognizing these fears as possible traces of previous lives can be the first step to overcoming them and healing. 2. Recurring dreams or nightmares. Have you ever had a dream that feels more like a memory than a dream? Maybe you see yourself in places you've never visited or living completely different lives. These recurring dreams, especially if they are vivid and detailed, could be glimpses of your past lives. Our subconscious mind hides many memories inaccessible to our conscious mind. When we sleep, the barriers between the two minds lower, allowing these hidden memories to surface. If you repeatedly dream of times, places, or situations you've never experienced in this life, it could be your subconscious recreating scenes from a past life. Pay attention to how you feel in these dreams. Do you feel familiarity or belonging in unknown settings? Do you have knowledge or skills in the dream that you don't possess when awake? These could be indications that you're accessing memories from a previous life. Keeping a dream journal can help you find patterns and recurring themes that might point to past life experiences. 3. Inexplicable skills or knowledge. Have you ever learned something new with surprising ease or discovered that you know things you've never studied? This knowledge or talent could be a sign that you've lived before. In reincarnation theory, it's believed that we carry skills and knowledge from past lives into our current one. Think of child prodigies who can play complex musical pieces without formal training, or people who can speak languages they've never studied. These abilities that seem to come from nowhere could be skills perfected over many lifetimes. You might find that you have an intuitive understanding of a particular subject or an inexplicable affinity for a certain craft or skill. This doesn't mean you'll be an expert in everything you've done in a past life. Often, these skills or knowledge come through as a natural aptitude or a feeling of familiarity when you encounter them. You might pick up a paintbrush for the first time and find it feels natural in your hand, or start learning a new language and realize that certain words or phrases feel familiar. These experiences could be your past life skills resurfacing in your current life. 4. Xenoglossy. Xenoglossy is a curious and controversial phenomenon where a person can speak, understand, or write in a language they have never learned in their current life. Some believe this is solid evidence of past lives, suggesting this ability comes from knowledge carried over from a previous incarnation. For example, if someone who has only spoken English suddenly starts communicating fluently in Mandarin Chinese without studying it, proponents of xenoglossy might argue that this skill comes from a past life lived in China. However, the concept of xenoglossy is highly debated and not widely accepted in the scientific community. Critics point out that there are very few documented cases, and those that exist are often questioned for their validity. Skeptics suggest there could be more mundane explanations for apparent xenoglossy, such as unconscious exposure to the language or the recreation of sounds without real understanding. Although xenoglossy remains an intriguing topic for those interested in reincarnation and unexplained phenomena, it lacks the scientific evidence needed to be considered proof of past lives. 5. Fascination with certain cultures or periods. Have you ever felt an inexplicable connection to a specific culture or era? Maybe you're drawn to ancient Greece, fascinated by the medieval period, or have a special affinity for traditional Japanese customs. This strong attraction could be a sign that you've lived in that culture or period in a past life. Many people describe this feeling as being at home. You might find that you understand and relate easily to the customs and values of a culture very different from your own. Sometimes you might have dreams or visions of living in a historical period with such vivid details that they seem real. This connection goes beyond a simple interest. It could be a deep emotional affinity. Perhaps you adopt elements of that culture in your daily life, feeling drawn to its food, music, or clothing. You might even recreate aspects of that historical time in your home. This could be your soul recognizing and seeking familiar elements from a past life. 6. Deja vu experiences. We've all experienced those moments where we feel like we've lived something before, even though we know it's impossible. This is called deja vu. Although it's common, frequent or intense deja vu could indicate that past life memories are emerging. In the context of reincarnation, deja vu could be a sign that a current experience closely matches one from a past life. Your soul perceives this similarity, generating a sense of familiarity. This can happen with places, situations, or conversations. You might visit a new place and feel you already know your way around, or meet someone new and feel an instant connection. These deja vu experiences often come with intense emotions. You might feel unexpected joy, deep sadness, or even fear without a clear reason. These emotional responses could be connected to feelings from past lives. Observing these moments and the emotions they trigger can give you valuable clues about your previous lives. 7. Mysterious physical marks or sensations. Our bodies can hold memories from past lives. Birthmarks, recurring pains, or inexplicable sensations could be signs of experiences from previous lives. Some believe that the way we died in a past life can leave a mark on our current body. For example, a birthmark on your chest could be a sign of a fatal wound in a past life. Chronic pain in a specific area without a physical cause could be related to an injury from a previous life. Some people even experience phantom sensations, such as feeling the weight of long hair when they have short hair or the sensation of wearing clothes from another era. These physical signs aren't always negative. You might have a natural skill that seems embedded in your body, like an innate sense of balance or coordination. This could be a skill developed over many lives and has become part of your physical memory. Paying attention to these marks or inexplicable sensations can provide interesting clues about your possible past lives. 8. Deep connections with certain people. Have you ever met someone and felt an instant deep connection, as if you've known them forever, even though it's the first time you've met? This strong, inexplicable bond could be a sign that you knew this person in a past life. In reincarnation theory, it's believed that souls often travel together through multiple lives, playing different roles in each other's lives. These connections aren't always positive. Sometimes you might meet someone and feel an instant aversion or tension without an apparent reason. This could also be a sign of a past life connection, perhaps with someone you had conflicts with in another life. Whether positive or negative, these immediate and intense reactions to certain people are often described as soul-level recognition. These soul connections can take many forms. You might meet your soulmate, someone you feel deeply connected to romantically, or you might find a soul friend, someone who feels like family even though you're not related. Pay attention to these strong connections in your life. They could be indicators of significant relationships from your past lives, relationships that have continued in this life for further growth and learning. 9. Feeling out of place. Have you ever felt like you don't quite fit in, as if you're out of sync with the world around you or destined for something different? This feeling of not belonging could be a sign that your soul remembers other times and places where it felt more at home. It's not just about feeling different or unique. Many people who recall past lives describe feeling that they're in the wrong time or place. You might feel out of sync with modern life, longing for a simpler time or a different way of living, or you might feel a constant pull towards a particular place or culture, even if you've never been there in this life. The signs of past lives are often subtle, and it's easy to dismiss them as mere coincidences or quirks. But if we pay attention and allow ourselves to consider the possibility that our souls have lived before, these signs can offer us a new perspective on ourselves and our place in the universe. Identifying these signs in your life doesn't mean you have to blindly believe in reincarnation. Instead, see it as an invitation to explore, question, and delve deeper into your own experiences and feelings. If you liked this video, give us a like, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and welcome to continue learning and growing together on our spiritual journey.